Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Wealth Management Advisory Club meeting. Hopefully, everyone got the WMA meeting last night where I presented IFA to be a new chapter. Do that. But today we have a very special guest, good friend of mine, Kayleigh Donnellan from PKF O'Connor Davies. So, guys, please turn your cameras on. Please give her your undivided attention. And with that, Kayleigh, I'll let it up to you then. So, begin.
Hello, everybody. I had some technical difficulties, so I cannot connect to the internet, so I can't share my presentation, but possibly have never really memorized, so I can try to give you all the information just verbally instead of visually for you guys. I can also send it over to Jack though, so that you can share it with you guys afterwards, so that you can get to see kind of what it looks like as a PowerPoint. So I am Kayleigh Donnellan. I'm one of the cancer interns for PKF O'Connor Davies. Pretty much, I came on board with the firm in April, so I'm fairly new to the firm, but I've been there for about 7 months now, and do enjoy it a lot. So pretty much I'm just going to go over kind of what PKF is offering and how
Do that.
no problem. A lot of the feedback, but I'll pretty much just go over who we are, what we do, what services we provide, kind of a little bit about us, the different perks that we have, and open opportunities. I know you guys are the Wealth Management Club, so I'm sure that we've got some accounting students in the club as well. So, and finance students, we do have 2 fields that might relate to you, so we'll kind of go into that. So, a little bit about us. We are a full-service mid-sized public accounting firm. So we pretty much offer our client services in audit, tax, business advisory, and wealth management. So we have about 1,400 professionals, and we're led by around 200 partners. We do have about 17 office locations right now. That number is constantly changing. So it could be 18, could be 19 by the end of the year. But right now we pretty much range from Boston all the way down to Maryland and kind of everywhere in between. And then we did just recently add an office down in Palm Beach, Florida. So if anyone's thinking about moving to Florida after they graduate for the nice sunshine, we do an office down there. And then we do also have 2 offices over in India as well. So on top, so we have those main 17 offices, but what's really nice about us is that we are a mid-sized firm, but we do also have large firm resources because we do work with a network of firms called PKF International. This is about a network of 440 firms across 150 different countries. So we get to kind of pull all of our resources and help each other out. So we do have those large firm resources with keeping that mid-sized family-like feel. So just to kind of brag a little bit about us and our accolades, we were rated the #1 accounting internship by default in 2020. I think we're still waiting for the 2022 results to come out. We're hoping to either move back to that position or be in the top 5 again. So we're hoping that that goes our way this year. We were just recently ranked the best accounting firm in Westchester, New York. We had a little celebration about that last month. We are ranked among the best places to work in New Jersey. And then we are ranked by number 14 by the Vault in the top 50 accounting firms. And that is being ranked next to the Big 4 as well. So they're not ranked separately, we're ranked just alongside them. So we have been around for quite a while. We were founded in 1891. So we made it through the pandemic of 1918. We made it through the pandemic of 2020. So I think we're doing pretty good. But pretty much since we were founded, we have maintained our mission of client service. So we pretty much try to develop a thorough understanding of every single client that we work with, their operations, their financial history, to make sure that we're providing the best possible care and service to our clients that we can. So like I said before, we're an accounting firm. So we have 4 main divisions that we provide services in. So it's accounting and assurance, which is pretty much audit, like I said before, tax compliance and planning, which is pretty much tax, family office services, which is dealing with individuals of high net wealth. So you're dealing with wealth management with them. And then we do have business advisory solutions. So we mainly, or I mainly focus on recruiting for our audit and tax parts. We recruit at an entry level for those positions and also an internship level for both audit and tax. And then for our family office services and business advisory solutions, we unfortunately don't recruit at an entry level for those. We do recruit at an experience level. So once you have a couple years under your belt working in finance, feel free to reach out to us and possibly look at a position in those two fields. But if you are looking for tax and audit, we are hiring right now for that as well. So underneath those four kind of main divisions, we have a long list of industries. So these are kind of subdivisions that I want to say it's upwards of like 30 different divisions or industries that we have. So the one nice thing about having all of that is the flexibility to move between different industries. So you could come in as an audit associate or an audit intern and you're first working in private equity. And then you're thinking, all right, you know, I like this, but I want to learn a little bit more about nonprofits. All right, let's talk to your supervisor. I'm really interested in nonprofits. I've always worked with them. I'm very interested in moving into that industry. We can get you moved over there to start learning about nonprofits. So just to name a couple for you, we've got affordable housing, employee benefit plans, nonprofit, government, sports and entertainment, which is always nice. Any sports fans, you guys can work with bigger sports people or anybody in entertainment and do their taxes or audits for them as well. We work with nonprofit, transaction advisory services, litigation, and then also forensic litigation as well. It's always a big popular one with our interns. We want to get into that. So now I'll just kind of tell you, obviously, why I'm here is to tell you a little bit about why PKF O'Connor Davies and why you should choose either an internship or a full-time opportunity with us. And pretty much just to summarize that, it's to own your career, and you get to own your career at PKF O'Connor Davies, and you also get to make an impact at the firm. We do listen to everybody. We want to hear the new, fresh ideas that you have as an intern, as a entry-level associate. We want to listen to those new ideas. So we're talking about why you should come work for PKF O'Connor Davies. We have to kind of tell you about what makes our firm different from the other accounting firms that I'm sure you guys have all met at the accounting career fair that was here or other companies that come to present to you guys. So pretty much, again, like our mission statement, we provide client service excellence. We are always using innovation to find new ways to kind of give them the best possible service we can. We are very involved in our community. That's a huge part of PKF O'Connor Davies. We are constantly giving back, getting involved with different organizations that we can help out. I think a couple weeks ago, our Cranford office did a walk and fundraising for breast cancer down in the Jersey Shore. We work with Feeding Westchester over in the Westchester area, do a lot of soup kitchens and fundraising. So that's a big part of who we are. We also, I'll kind of try to show you some pictures in a little bit about our intern day of service. So we take our interns out for a full day. You guys get out from behind the computer and get to go out and make a difference for a day. So another thing that makes us different is that we are a mid-sized firm, but we do have those large firm resources with PKF International. So you still get to kind of know everybody in the firm, you know everybody's faces. We are a family-like culture, but then you also do have those opportunities and resources like a larger firm would have. You're going to get exposed to a lot of different specialty areas. Our list of industries, like I said, is like 30 or plus. So you do get to try out to see what you might like better, what you don't like, what you might want to specialize in a couple of years. You get that opportunity with us. You're also going to get to interact with partners, senior managers, and top business leaders right from the start. We don't hold you back. We also don't throw you in without the support and the training, but we also don't hold you back. You get that responsibility a lot sooner with us. We have what's called an open door policy at the firm, and the partners strongly encourage this. I would say I don't think I've ever seen a partner's door shut unless it's something confidential, then they have to, but they really do want you to come in, ask questions, voice your concerns, voice your new ideas that you might have, or even just say hello. I work out of our local FIC office. So our partner in charge is Brian Flynn and Brian Barley. And I think they come around like on the dot at like 10 o'clock and like 2 o'clock. They try to make rounds around the office, say hello to everybody, see how they're doing, ask how your family is, your dog. They really do care about all the employees at the firm. And then another thing that makes us different is our company culture. Like I said before, we're that mid-sized firm. We are a family-like firm. They're constantly doing different celebrations, catering food, trying to get everybody together. So it really, I'll try to show you some pictures later on. So obviously, if we're talking about why PKF O'Connor Davies, we should be talking about some of our perks, because I think that's what everybody wants to know. We do provide a comprehensive, competitive compensation. We have very good benefits, a very good PTO policy. We have a dress for your day policy as well. So if you're not client facing for a day and you're just going into the office, you are more than welcome to wear business casual or jeans. I'm practically always in jeans in the office, unless I'm coming to an event like this, because you guys are my clients. I'm not client facing in audit or tax. I'm an HR person. So our employees and our students at the different colleges we go to are my clients. We have what's called Summer and December Fridays. So this past summer, we piloted a compressed work week program between Labor Day and Memorial Day. This went great. You pretty much, if you hit your client or you met your client deliverables and your hours for the week, Monday through Thursday, you did not have to log on at all on Friday. You could kind of get a jump start to your weekend and enjoy a 3-day weekend without having to use your PTO. It went so well, and there's no decrease in productivity, that it's actually going to become a everyday or every year policy. So between Labor Day and Memorial Day, there will be an option for a compressed work week, and you're more than welcome to take that Friday and go to the beach and go anywhere you want to. Similarly, we have something called December Fridays. It's not the full compressed work week, but you do have the option of logging off at around 2 p.m. on Fridays in December, because it's obviously a very busy time personally. You got to get all that shopping done, see your family, get everything done. But then it also is slower work-wise. So you are able to kind of log off at 2 p.m. as long as you hit those hours and client deliverables for the week. Every company, every accounting company obviously has their busy seasons depending on if you're in audit or tax. We try to make those as fun as possible. So we do have some busy season initiatives. We do a lot of trivia, a lot of giveaways. We do a lot of catered in food in the office. I think next week for our staff meeting, the local clinic is having a grilled cheese food truck come. So Harrison's always doing ice cream socials. I kind of want the ice cream socials, but they're both great options. And a lot of the other offices will do little things like that as well. We have a diversity and inclusion council. This is run by Trifina Martin, and she is absolutely amazing. She came on board in January and has already made such difference at the firm. She's working directly with campus recruiting, with working with DE&I initiatives, trying to help us out with our recruiting with that. She also has a long list of things that she has planned for the company itself. Right now, she's working on getting started in some employee resource groups. So that's a really great thing to get involved in at the firm as well. We also do have a women's initiative. This is run by one of our partners, Karen Taylor Burke. She's amazing. She sits out of our Cranford office, and she puts together great programs for the women's initiative. Like I said before, community service is a big part of who we are. So we do have a lot of community service initiatives. We have a star award where you get to kind of nominate one of your fellow employees and say, thank you for going above and beyond. Like, I have noticed you, I acknowledge your work. And they'll get a little trophy and a little plaque that they can keep in their desk. And then we also have a how's it going survey. So this is pretty much a survey that gets sent out quarterly by HR, and it pretty much just asks the one question, how's it going? This is where you can voice concerns, questions, new ideas you have. So this is actually where December Fridays came from. Somebody recommended this in a how's it going survey. Leadership heard about that, thought that was a great idea, let's try it out. And now it's been a policy for us for the past couple of years. So leadership really does encourage that open door policy, and they want to hear from you and get your new ideas. So why you should also choose PKF O'Connor Davies is because we are committed to our employees. We recognize that our employees are our most valuable assets, and we are committed to helping you grow within the firm. We provide you practical on-the-job training and formal training. So when you first start with us, you have a week-long orientation, whether you're an intern or full-time. You also get additional training on top of that, so that's not where it ends. You are constantly working with the team, and you are supported. You get that one-on-one development opportunities with either your supervisors, partners, or other associates. And there's a lot of different career paths that you can take within PKF O'Connor Davies. If you start off in one industry and you're either not interested in, you want to learn about something else, or you're not doing great in that industry, we have that flexibility to move you around where you want to be. So another part of you guys being our most valuable assets is that we invest in your future to help you grow. So we have a career advisor program where when you come on full time with us, actually you are assigned a career advisor, that is your career advisor, and this person is where you can have those talks of, all right, where do you want to be 5 years down the line? Where do you want to be 10 years down the line? Do you want to make a partner? Okay, let's make a plan. How do you get there? What do you need to get there? What are the resources we can help get you to that point? We also do provide CPA review programs free of cost. We work with Becker, Roger U-World. We just partnered with Surgeon recently, so we do provide that. And then we do have a tuition reimbursement program. We've got bonus programs where you can have a referral bonus if you bring one of your friends into the firm, and you also do get a bonus once you pass your CPA exam as well. We also do provide continuing professional education for you guys for once you do have that CPA license, and you have to have a certain amount of credits throughout the year. So another part of us investing in you is we want to help get you promoted a lot earlier on. So like I said, you're going to get that responsibility a lot sooner so that you can learn and you can kind of grow a lot faster. So you're exposed to those partners, those top business owners. You're going to get an exposure to a lot of different areas so that you have all of that knowledge and experience. So really the rate of your progress at the firm is really driven by you, your desires, and your accomplishments. So just to give you an idea of what it looks like to move up the ladder at PKF O'Connor Davies, you would first come in as an associate, or even before that, an intern, and then you are able to move up and be promoted to senior, supervisor, manager. In order to be moved up to or promoted to manager, this is where you are required to have your CPA license. However, we don't have a timeline for this. This is just kind of how quickly you would like to move up the ladder. So at manager, you do have to have your CPA license. But then after manager, we do have senior manager, principal, and partner. So there is a lot of growth opportunity within the firm, and we do really want you guys to grow within the firm. So I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to share this. Maybe you can like hold this up to your computer. There's just a couple pictures if you like scroll through. Will it see? No, probably not.
Technology.
I will send it over to Jack so that he can share it with everybody. But pretty much I've got some pictures of our annual firm picnic. This happens every year. We all meet up in the Westchester area, all of our offices, and there's a picnic, a competition. There is a trophy to be won. So one of the pictures on here is one of our employees holding our trophy because he won it, I believe, for the Stanford office, and they get to keep it for the rest of the year until we have another one. We also do a lot of firm activities. So we go out to baseball games, bowling. I think they did a ropes course. If anyone's been to the Palisades Mall, that like ropes course where you have to be off the ground. I'm not a big fan of heights, so don't know if that would be me. But we also do, one of the pictures on here is one of our employees in our secondment program over in Australia. So if anyone has either studied abroad in college or wish they could have studied abroad in college, we kind of have a similar opportunity. Because like I said, we work with that PKF international network of those 440 firms, we have the opportunity on, depending on where the need is and where you want to go, you could actually potentially go work at another firm in another country for about 3 months. It's almost like you're studying abroad at another firm. Right now, we actually have somebody from a firm over from PKF Germany working in our New York City office. He's here for about 3 months. He is in the city, he's living it up. We have some different activities planned for him. I believe he's going to some Broadway shows, he's going to some Knicks games. So he's really getting to experience New York City while also getting to learn the new processes that we have versus Germany. So it's a really great experience to have. It wasn't on hold because of COVID, but we are just starting that up. So hopefully it'll be in full force in the next year or so. So we also do have our interns are a huge part of who we are. We give them so much props for all the help that they give us over the summertime and the wintertime. We do a lot of events with them. This past year, we went to Yankee Stadium for a Yankees game with all of our interns for Appreciation Day, just to say thank you. We do breakfasts with them. We do that intern day of service with them. So we really do try to show them thank you for all the hard work that you've been doing. For our intern day of service, we went to Westmoreland Sanctuary. I can never say that right. Over in Westchester, and we were clearing out invasive vines, invasive plant species from this pine tree island that they were trying to create in their nature preserve. So we were kind of cordoning off little pine tree saplings. I think some of the interns had a contest of who could cut down the biggest tree. I don't remember who won. I do even know there was a winner, but it was a very fun day to get everybody in person and also get to meet all your fellow interns from across the 17 different offices. So, like I said, that we have some pictures on here. I wish I could show you. You'll get that presentation afterwards about all of the giving back that we do. We work with Feeding Westchester. We do Bowling for Cause. We do Relay for Life, which I know is in a lot of colleges as well. And then a lot of different activities that we do around the office, not just in busy season, is we have a party for practically everything. We celebrate National Pet Day. We bring pictures of your pets. We do an ugly sweater contest. We've got opening day celebrations, Super Bowl lunches, a lot of sports. So Binghamton sports fans, we pretty much celebrate everything. We do a Thanksgiving feast. We have a lot of ice cream socials, as I said, and there is going to be a Halloween costume this year. We also do a pride breakfast, and that's just one of our DE&I initiatives. And all of the offices are decorated in rainbow. It's a very cool thing to see, and it's also beautiful because it's rainbow. And then we also have what's called a promotion day. So pretty much our promotions go into effect August 1st every single year. Anybody that's been promoted for that year, we have a giant celebration in August to kind of say congratulations to all of our staff that got promoted. So just to kind of give you a little bit of information about where to find our available opportunities, you can actually visit Handshake. We've got all of our open opportunities listed on Handshake. You also can go on to our website as well. We have a career page that lists everything that's available. Pretty much for our full-time entry-level audit and tax associates, we typically do look that you have your 150 credits. We are, if you are not at that 150 credits and you are graduating, but you have a plan to get that 150 credits, such as you need to be working full-time, but you are going back for your master's degree part-time or remotely or online, we can definitely take a look at that as well because you have that plan in place. For internships, we do ask that you be junior level or above, which is about 75% of your undergraduate degree completed. So we have great internships. We've got 3. We have a summer audit internship that runs for about 8 weeks, June through August. And it's just a really great in-person, you're going out, you're getting that hands-on experience. That's probably our biggest internship that we have. And then we do have 2 that run over the winter time. We've got a winter audit internship, part-time, and then we have a winter tax internship as well. This is part-time again, because we know that you guys are in school and you do have classes during that time. But it is really great to get a lot of hands-on experience even in the winter time as part-time as well. So if you do not qualify for one of our internships, do not worry, we still have opportunities and programs for you guys. We have what's called a freshman pathways program. So anybody that's not sure if they want to go into accounting or they don't know what accounting is, or they want to work for an accounting firm but not be an accountant, this is a great program for you. It's a 1-day virtual program. You can come on, learn a little bit more about the firm, about us, who we are. You get to talk to some associates. If we do a panel with the associates, you can kind of ask them, how did you pick what you wanted to be? How did you get here? What else did you do? What else were you interested in? You kind of throw all your questions at them. And then we do have another networking panel later on in the day where you actually get to talk to some people that work for an accounting firm, but not accountants. So for example, I am in HR. I'm not an accountant. I did not go to school for accounting, but I do work for an accounting firm. Our chief financial officer, he is not an accountant, he works in finance. So he comes on and talks to you guys. We've got IT and marketing as well, who are probably the backbone of the company as well. IT, they constantly, as you can see, I cannot get connected to the internet, so I'm probably one of their most annoying people to have. But they are really great. So they'll come on and kind of tell you a little bit about what they do, so you get to learn just kind of what it's like to work at PKF O'Connor Davies. Then we then have a Leaders of Tomorrow program. This is geared more towards sophomores and then juniors as well, who might not qualify or make it into our internship programs for that year. And this is a 2-day program where we have, again, that panel of associates where you can kind of ask them, how did you get here? What should I be doing? What are ideas or like advice for me? Then we do have a portion where you get to network with partners at the firm to be like, how do you make your way up to partner? Can you give us your tips or tricks? We do a leadership workshop with you guys, and we do resume workshops as well to help you get your resumes ready for those next internships that you'll be applying for. The second day of Leaders of Tomorrow, it's actually a great program. We are changing it a little bit this year from last year. Our second day, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be doing on-site interviews. So we are going to be having you guys come in person to the office that's closest to you, give you an office tour, see how the office is, and then we are going to be doing your interviews for the following year's internships on that second day. So you guys will know right then and there what it's like to interview. Even can ask the associates the day before, what are the questions you get asked in the interview? How did you answer them so that you're set for the next day? But it really is a great kind of funnel, even starting off as a freshman, funnel all the way into our entry level position. So we do have opportunities at every single level of college for you guys. So I know you guys can probably see on Handshake or our website, but we do have a lot of open opportunities right now. We are currently hiring a year out for our August of 2023 starts. We also have November of 2023 starts. So this is great because you guys can kind of graduate in May if you are, relax for the summertime, but know you have that job lined up for you to get ready to go in August. So we are currently looking for audit associate, tax associates, and a business solutions associate. Business Solutions is more at our Woodcliff Lake office and our Cranford, New Jersey office. I think this is a really great opportunity because it kind of mixes audit and tax together. You'll be doing both of those in that role. So if anyone's kind of not set on audit or tax specifically, this is a role that gives you a look at both of them. So it really is a great role. We also currently are looking for winter tax interns at our Woodcliff Lake office. So I'll promote that as well. We are looking for February of 2023 starts. And then we are currently looking for, I believe, a winter audit intern and, oh no, I'm sorry, a winter, sorry about that, summer audit internships or business solutions in our Woodcliff Lake and Cranford offices as well. We also have the summer programs where you guys can sign up for as well. So that's kind of our open opportunities. So pretty much when we're looking at your guys' resumes, the one thing that we're looking at, or a couple things we're looking at, is just affiliations with different clubs. So the fact that you guys are already in the Wealth Management Club, you're ahead of the game, you've got that on your resume. We look at any relevant experience you have, internship, past work experience, part-time job. That's a huge thing that I look at. If you were a nanny for a couple of years, all right, great, work ethic. You've been working since you were 16, that's good to know. A strong academic background, the classes that you've been taking in college, and any extracurriculars that you guys are a part of. We'd love to see that. We want to look at you as a whole person and see what you're interested in even outside of school as well. So what I will do is I'm going to send over this presentation to Jack to get to share with all of you. There are some QR codes at the end of the presentation that you can scan and fill out your information. Pretty much just asks you, okay, what's your email, what's your phone number? Do you want to hear more? Do you just want to set up a call with me? You can definitely go more in depth as to what you're looking for, where you want to be in life, and see if we have any opportunities that match that. Also, if you want to connect with me on LinkedIn, my name is Kayleigh Donnellan. You can connect with me. I also work with my coworkers, Taylor and Avery. Even though you haven't gotten to meet them in person, they always love my connections. Same with my boss, Terry. She is a huge LinkedIn person. Connect, network as much as possible. And then I will give Jack all of my contact information to share with you guys since I can't share it on the screen right now, but feel free to give me a call, send me an email with any questions that you might have, even if it's just about resumes or what do recruiters look at. I'm more than welcome to answer any of those questions as well, but I don't know if you can take questions like this.
We can take questions, obviously. Everyone's here virtually. I will state that I did do, because I think this was before you were in PKF, I did the freshman pathway program, I think my freshman year, and it was so amazing just to get to know about public accounting work. At the time, I was like, there really wasn't, because I heard from Pat and Mary Sig, which I advise everyone to please go visit them at some point this semester to meet with them and pairing yourselves out on the metro. Because usually accounting firms, they really don't offer any part-time internships for freshman sophomores. So really, to have that there was a really great opportunity for me just to get to know what public accounting was like, and then also to come back to the 2-day virtual leaders walk program, which I definitely think everyone should take part of. I've done it, and it was an awesome time, just to get to know a lot of people better, get to know more about PKF. So yes, that's basically everything I experienced at PKF at my viewpoint, even though I'm actually interviewing tomorrow for them. Does anyone have any questions from the Zoom? Because I know we have some people on here. Don't be shy, guys. All right, just invite. Come on, guys.
Where's your office again?
So we're located in, the two offices in New Jersey is located in Woodcliff Lake and then Cranford, New Jersey. So the Woodcliff Lake one, I think, is about 30 minutes from the campus. So I don't know where everyone's located, but Woodcliff Lake is like northern Jersey, Cranford's a little bit more middle Jersey. Also, if anybody's nervous and doesn't want to ask questions over the Zoom, feel free to.
You guys can also message in the chat. I'm basically going to read it with you guys. I don't want to do that. I get that.
I have a question, and I apologize. I joined kind of late. I was stuck in something, but You already answered this, I'm not sure, but can you tell me about your experience at the company? How has it been?
Yeah, of course. So I came on in April of this year. So I've been here for about 5 to 6 months. I think I'm coming up on 6 months. And it's going to sound very cliche, but I think my favorite part about the firm is the people. Truthfully, I'm obviously on HR. I talk to so many people. I'm kind of everywhere. I'm in our Connecticut offices. I was in Wethersfield yesterday. I'm in our Brooklyn Lake office today. And I would have to say it's just everyone is very friendly and very helpful. Especially one thing I've seen with we handle our entry level orientation, and we kind of keep in touch with obviously our associates that are coming in, same with our interns. And one thing that I've heard from some of our associates is that they're obviously starting to prep for their CPA exam. They're starting to study, and other associates or other senior associates who've already passed their CPA exam have been sharing their notes, giving them their flashcards, and just kind of giving them some advice. So I would say I've enjoyed the culture of the firm, of just how friendly everybody is and just how welcoming everybody is. If you've got a question, it will get answered.
No, thank you for that. I actually think a company's culture is one of the most important things about a job, in my opinion. So that was nice to hear. Thanks.
Of course, I definitely agree. I think you want to enjoy going to work every single day, and you want to enjoy the people that you work with. So I think that's a very big thing. That's a good question to ask also on an interview with any company. Say, tell me about your company culture. I'd like to learn a little bit more. I always know that's one of my favorite questions that I get asked, and I love answering it. So it's always a great thing to ask.
I actually have a question. So I heard because we usually bring in a bunch of speakers that come in. I always ask this question because some people have other opinions on it. Do you prefer having interns? Because I've heard from some people, they said, oh, I want to have an internship virtually, I want to have a person hybrid. I personally feel like in person get that hands-on experience. What's your opinion on it? Do you feel like interns, like freshmen through seniors, they should be taking internships in person, or they should be taking them virtually because of all the stuff that's been happening?
I am going to say, honestly, in person. The connection that you get, the learning that you get in person versus virtually. Also, the way that you can stand out in person. It's one thing where if you were at the office and you were there, you were from the time that you're supposed to be there, and then you leave you're supposed to be there at 8:45, you're there at 8:45, you leave at 5:15, you were there for the whole time, and you were actively helping with work and doing things. Like, people take notice of that. Virtually, unfortunately, you can obviously see at the end of the day what you've done and what you've created, but the supervisors don't see what you're doing all day. So I think you stand out a lot more when you're in person. Also, just the opportunities and the hands-on experience for you guys to get to learn that is so much more. Getting to go to an actual client site and work on audits and have the associate next to you, helping you and showing you what to do, so much better than sharing a screen with you from home. So I definitely think in person, the amount of experience that you get in person is 10 times better than what you could get virtually.
That is great to know that. Does anyone else on Zoom? I know we have a couple people that actually want to ask questions. I don't want to call on people, but come on.
Oh, no, you don't.
I don't want to do that, but she's here, guys, right now. She's a campus recruiter for PKF. So
if anyone wants to send me an email too, more than happy to answer. I was always camera shy. I was an introvert. I still am an introvert. Terrified of presentations, but once you do them after a couple times, get used to it.
I actually have another question now. I'm thinking about it. So with the new CPA evolution coming out in 2024, do you think that the seniors that are currently in accounting, should they plan on taking the current CPA exam, or should they wait out until the CPA evolution? Because me being the Wiley Caps best, I always encourage the people that want to be juniors, like, oh, if you're a senior, wait until it, because it's going to be brand new, even though it's the same thing. But like, what's your preference? Do you think they should basically wait until the new CPA evolution comes out, or they should just get it done over now while it's still here?
I would say, so I can't really speak on the exam because I'm myself, I'm still learning about it. I know we partner with Karina Darren. She works with Broadway World. She's come to speak, and I've watched her presentation a couple of times. And it really seems like as long as you have those review programs, you're going to be set no matter what. One thing I've heard from some of our staff, just from talking with them, having them answer some questions for, like, at either Leaders of Tomorrow freshman pathways, is that obviously your studying habits, whatever works best for you. But a couple of them have said, like, you know, you really just have to kind of hunker down and for a couple months say, this is going to be, I'm going to be working, I'm going to be studying, like this is, and make that plan and just do it. Because they're like, if you drag it out a little bit longer, then it's just kind of, you're looking back and like, oh, I wish I did a little bit sooner so that she could kind of get back out there, and then not have a personal life, but studying is very hard. You take that work home with you, you're constantly on, you're, gosh, I should be studying on a Saturday night and you just want to kind of sit, watch a movie. No, I should be studying. So it really depends on you and what you want to do. I think whichever test you take, as long as you have those review programs and you're studying, you're going to be okay. But one thing I've heard from some associates is their advice is kind of to get started earlier on, because you are right out of school, you still have those study habits you haven't forgotten yet. Because I know it's very hard once you leave school to get back in that studying habit, because you're like, all right, don't have to do it anymore. That's just whatever.
Anyone was in before I ask my next question? Anyone? So basically, I've heard people that have been like, for some of my colleagues that were in other clubs with me, they told me, you know, oh, go towards private accounting, then public accounting. Others have told me do the opposite. Like, what's the best path for someone who's an accounting major? Would they plan on starting out public accounting, then maybe, you know, go toward Big Four, then after like you start winding down, or is it the reverse way? I've heard some people that have done that, and I don't know if that's the opposite way yet. Yeah.
I've heard both the same way. People have done it kind of both ways. Personally, I am biased to work for a mid-sized public accounting firm, but I do think you have a lot more flexibility and opportunities in a public accounting firm. You'll get a lot more hands-on experience with different industries. You yourself will get to see the process all the way through, instead of just being set on, okay, this is your small portion of the process that you are going to be specialized in. You really kind of do start off with a general knowledge of everything. And then when you are ready to specialize in something, I think it would be great to kind of move over to private, or even stay in public too. Again, I'm biased, but I think it is kind of a good thing to have that general knowledge, that wide range of knowledge, and then kind of narrow it into a specialty. So I think starting off in public, you do get that opportunity. Same with a mid-sized firm, you do have that flexibility to try out a couple different ones. If you start off in audit, one of my coworkers, Devin, she was an audit associate for 2 years, and she was just like, audit is not for me. I can't do the traveling. I don't want to do the traveling anymore. And she's like, I think I might like tax a little bit more. She had the opportunity to switch over to tax. She didn't just switch between industries. She jumped from audit to tax. So at a public mid-sized firm, you do have that opportunity, whereas other firms you may not. Any other questions?
Any other questions, guys?
No.
Mitchell, you have any other questions? Last name, first name.
Well, yeah.
No, I'm sorry. I'm a finance major actually, so I'm like trying to think of questions that could like intersect. But
yeah,
I was
so
going to ask, what would you recommend, working for like a bigger company or working for a smaller company? But you kind of just answered it in that question, which was a great answer. So thanks for that.
Of course, not too full range of development size.
Mitchell, you had a question there, but I think I'll catch it off there.
I have a question. So I'm majoring in finance as well.
Okay.
But I am sort of I'm like also partially considering going into accounting.
Mm-hmm.
So say I apply for an internship for an accounting position and I don't end up wanting to do it, because I know some firms they like require to be enrolled in like a CPA exam or anything like that. Would that like terminate the internship and stuff like that?
So for our internships, we do typically look at either accounting majors or accounting minors. I would definitely say, depending on where you are in your college career, one thing that I definitely recommend to a lot of people is, I don't know how easy this is. I know kind of finance and accounting do overlap with some classes, is possibly either double majoring in them or doing that minor, because having that accounting portion of that, you can work for pretty much, if you're an accounting major, you can work in accounting and you can work in finance. Unfortunately, if you're just a finance major, you are kind of pigeonholed. You can't really work in that accounting area. But if you do have both of those, that opens you up and makes you not even just an accounting firm, even a finance firm, a lot more marketable. So depending on how many classes overlap or where you are, I would definitely suggest even like maybe adding a minor or possibly doing that double major. But for us, we do need to have you either be an accounting major or minor because you have that like class, those classes that you've taken so that you have that base knowledge.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Well, if there aren't, I'll just say thank you very much for having me and listening. I love giving the spiel. I probably have it memorized by now. But if anyone has any questions, really feel free to reach out to me, resume-wise, PKF O'Connor Davies-wise, accounting firm, anything. Please, I'm always here for questions, and so are any other recruiters that you might interact with at PKF O'Connor Davies. So thank you guys very much for coming on.
Kayleigh.